The Story Orchestra, 4 Seasons in One Day, illustrated by Jessica Courtney Tickle. 4 Seasons in One Day. In her room, Isabelle lies sleeping. When she wakes up, she'll go on an incredible journey with her apple tree and her puppy, traveling through 4 seasons in just one day. Follow her and see spring blossom. Feel the summer's heat, gather in the autumn harvest, and gasp at the cold of winter. But that's not all. You can hear music for every season too. Press the musical note on each page and listen as Vivaldi's The 4 Seasons brings the story to life. Quick, the little girl is stirring. Outside, birds are gathering, singing their hearts out in the morning sun. That they have returned can only mean one thing. Spring is here. After listening to the Spring Down chorus over breakfast, Isabelle fetches her apple tree and her bag. Come on, Pickle, she calls to her puppy. We have to hurry to get to the Spring Festival by noon. But as they leave the house, clouds fill the sky. Spring skies are as changeable as the wind and full of sudden showers. The rain has vanished by the time Isabelle and Pico get to the Spring Festival at noon. Everywhere they look, there are people smiling, dancing and laughing under the blue sky and shining sun. The air feels fresh and new, and lambs blanch and chicks tweet as everyone gathers to wear spring flowers and plant vegetables. An Easter egg hunt is underway. Come on, Pickle, says Isabelle. Let's join in. As the afternoon wears on, it grows hotter and hotter. The strong summer sun beats down on the festival goers, including Isabelle and Pickle. The heat tickles their backs, prickles their skin, and breathes down their necks. The only thing they can do is close their eyes. But while they do so, dark clouds appear from nowhere, covering the sun. Too late, Isabelle awakens and looks up at the dark sky. The clouds rumble angrily, and with a blast of lightning, the sky cracks open. A second later, rain tumbles down. Quick, Pickle, shouts Isabelle. Run! After a while, the storm fades and a breeze stirs the air. Everyone sighs with relief. It's time to collect in the autumn harvest. There are shiny red apples, crunchy orange carrots, and soft golden hay. Isabelle and Pico help everyone gather food for the winter, picking apples off their own tree. Around them, animals do their own harvesting too. In the fading light, The air becomes cooler. The leaves turn orange, red and brown, and fall from the trees in huge dusty piles. "Let's jump through them as we walk back, Pickle," cries Isabelle. Above them, the birds fly away to warmer lands, and all around animals prepare for a long, cold winter. Isabelle and Pickle aren't far from the house when the snow comes. The winter cold bites into their hands and faces, making them shiver and tingle. They run around to keep warm, then build a handsome snowman with stones for eyes and a carrot for a nose. "I'm freezing," says Isabelle when it's finished. "The sun's setting," says Isabelle. "Hurry, Pickle. We've got to get inside before it gets dark." They run along as fast as they can, but Isabelle stumbles on an icy bit of path. She trips, slips, and the apple tree falls out of her hands, rolls down a hill, and into a stream where the pot smashes. "My poor tree," says Isabelle as she sits at home, safe and sound. "I'm so sad I lost it." "What's the matter, Pickle?" "The puppy's scratching at Isabelle's pocket." Isabelle puts her hand in and finds an apple. "You're so clever," she exclaims. Because after she has eaten the apple, she's left with the core, which has a few brown glossy seeds, the perfect seeds to plant for spring. So a new apple tree can grow. Antonio Vivaldi was born in Venice, Italy in 1678. He had bright red hair, although he often wore a wig on top of it, like most men in those days. His dad taught him the violin, and he went on to become a very famous composer, writing more than 800 pieces of music. One of his most famous pieces is The Four Seasons, which was composed in 1723. Vivaldi was inspired by his friend Marco Ricci, who painted pictures of the seasons, to write pieces of music that sounded like spring, summer, autumn, and winter. The Four Seasons is an example of programmed music. This is what musicians call music that paints a picture in your head. Vivaldi managed to make a small group of stringed instruments sound like lots of different things. Along with all that, he wrote some very good tunes that you could whistle if you tried. Have a listen to the music on the next page and see what sounds you can hear and what tunes you can hum or whistle. The story in this book is inspired by the Four Seasons, but you might think the music tells a different tale.